What's up, St. Louis? This episode is proudly sponsored by our friends over at St. Louis Closet Company. Jennifer Williams and the entire team over there are absolutely amazing. Ever since we first met them a couple months back to run one of the biggest giveaways we've ever done on Instagram. They just gave us some new swag. We got some amazing new hoodies for fall weather. We're going to be giving it out to our guests. But more importantly, St. Louis Closet Company is woman-owned right here in St. Louis. And if you guys are looking to get organized and get your life back on track, stop by their showroom at 2626 South Big Bend, or give them a call at 314-781-9000. Thank you, St. Louis Closet Co. Love you guys.
If you want to hear about St. Louis, tune into the Bucket List Show weekly. Hear what Marissa and Luke say. It drops every Wednesday. Got a dope new guest every single week. Buckle up for the ride. Who's it gonna be? Who's on the show today? They rep St. Louis. What to do in the loo on a late night, or maybe what to do on a date night. Yeah, Bucket List has you covered. They know what's going on. What's going on? They'll give you, hey, 18 different things to do, or 19 if you need one more to choose. Yeah, this city is a place we call home. A place we call home, yeah.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to the STO Bucket List Show. This is episode 95 today.
95.
It's a big one. We're, again, just inching closer to that 100th episode. I'm your host, Marissa Farrell.
And I'm your other host, Luke Farrell. And like she said, 95 episodes. We've been doing this each and every week, highlighting the people, places, and events that make St. Louis special. Of course, we have to shout out our friends over at the Regional Arts Commission of St. Louis. Go to stlouis.org. You guys can find anything from music, theater, things to do in St. Louis. And then, of course, our friends over at Four Hands Brewing Company, Jennifer from St. Louis Closet Company, and the team over at Wine and Cheese Place for allowing us to do this show each and every week, because we wouldn't miss a week to spend it. So we have a very special episode today. We have two ladies in the studio that are related. So we have two sisters in the studio. This might be a first time we've had two sisters in the studio.
No, we had Golden Gems.
Oh, yeah, we had Golden Gems in there. Yeah,
we like sisters. We like the sisters. Sisters are important.
So we have Project 2 Shop, like the number 2. And
right.
You guys have a beautiful boutique. We're going to talk all about it, but I want to read something from your website, and then I want to get into some questions about before Project 2 Shop. So if you guys mind, I'll read this real quick. So we're not twins, but we're the next big thing. That says it right on the top of your website. And then it says, after successfully creating and operating your first shop together 13 years ago, you two sisters took time to conceptualize another project. Some Chardonnay, some cheese boards later, Project 2 was born. By thoughtfully hand-selecting every item in the store, the duo have once again made their sophisticated style shoppable to the public. Does that sound right?
That sounds pretty much it.
I love
Yes.
it. Well, we're going to get into the story behind the wine and cheese board and how the magic came about. But first, we always kick it off just getting to know our guests a little bit and just your background information. So if you want to share, if you are St. Louis natives and kind of like your family dynamic growing up and just some lessons learned and just kind of how you came to be.
Okay, well, I guess I'll start.
You start.
So we're sisters, obviously. We are born in St. Louis, been in St. Louis our whole lives. We went to the same grade school, high school, same college.
Wow, college.
And then she went away for a little bit after when she got married for a couple of years. And then we have been raising our families here in St. Louis, and everybody's here.
Yeah.
So we
And
we
it's
love
just the
St.
two of
Louis.
us. There's no other siblings.
Okay,
Everybody
just you
always
two.
wants to know that. They
Yeah.
say, it's just the two of us. Just
Well,
the two
I
sisters.
had that same thought because, like, especially just being in business together, I'm like,
Yeah.
are you guys just like not letting the others join the fam? It's
No.
Just
So,
the duo.
yeah, and
Nice.
we're close in age, 2.5 years apart.
Okay.
And we obviously like working together.
We do.
Yeah.
Our kids are about the same ages, so we really
perfect.
have been living like parallel lives.
Yeah, that's the best.
Which
That's
is
all you
awesome.
want with your sister, like
Right.
best friends, literally. Like
Right.
and then you're creating I'm sure like the cousins, like your
Yep.
your siblings, your children
Yeah.
are probably super close
They're
too.
all close. They don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
That's the best though.
It was forced on
I
them
appreciate
at a young
that.
age.
That's like how our family dynamic is. Like
Mhm.
cousins are super close. So
Mhm.
I love
And
that.
even our friends, like all of our friends are having babies right now too. So like all of our
Yes.
friends, we're all 28, and we just seemed like this is when we're starting to have babies
That's
together.
right.
So like now we're gonna have like our hangouts are gonna be different now, but they're gonna be great.
Now we're gonna have wine and cheese boards and
Yeah.
plates, you know,
And you're gonna
You
come up with so many
bottles
good
of
ideas
wine,
while you
bottles
have
of
your wine and
milk,
cheese.
and
Yeah.
you know that's
Yes.
how it's gonna be.
So you guys, grew up in St. Louis, so you ended up going to the same college together. Was that always a thought? Like, hey, we're
No,
gonna go to
it
college?
was
'Cause
never
you're
a
2.5
thought.
years apart, so one of you decided
No,
to go join the other
it was
one.
because my
No.
dad said, "Where do you want to go?" And I named a few places, and he said, "Great, you're going to go to St. Mary's College in South Bend, Indiana,
Yeah,
because that's where your sister goes."
yeah,
And so I said, "Okay." It wasn't like today where kids actually have a choice.
Choice.
And
right.
Right.
He's
were
like, it's easier,
this,
just go to
this
that
is where
one.
you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then when we visit your sister, you'll be there too.
Yeah.
So it's just more convenient.
Well, and that's comforting too. Like
Yeah.
going to a new place, at least you have a friend.
I guess.
Very
We
close
weren't that
friend.
close
We
back
weren't
then.
close then.
Oh, you were.
No, we were
Yeah.
not that close.
She was way too cool. She didn't even talk to me that much. I was just annoying.
Being a big sister,
Yeah.
though, really,
Yeah.
like I remember when I was little, like I vividly just remember going to the counter. My mom was like cooking, and I'm like, she won't stop copying me, and she's like,
Yeah.
it's a compliment, and I'm like, it's annoying, is what it is.
Yeah, she was
Exactly.
very
I was
annoying.
just like had bigger things to do than look out for her.
Yeah.
So you were
Yeah.
like, you were a junior and you were a freshman or senior.
I was a
Senior.
senior, she was a freshman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were driving.
So,
and
yeah.
then, yep.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm like,
living my
just-
own life.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we only had 1 year together in high school,
Yep.
and then 1
1
year.
year in college.
Yeah.
in college.
And then I guess we started getting along more when we got married, of course, within like 6 months of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our firstborn children are only 10 months apart.
my
So, and then
gosh.
you lived close to me. So, I mean,
did.
then we were just like inseparable.
Yeah, then you have to, because then
Yeah.
you're on this new journey of life, and
Right.
you're like,
Right.
you just want to be together.
you need a buddy. You know, you need to go through it.
So what
Totally.
made you guys, because you've worked other places obviously
Obvious,
before
yeah.
this, so let's actually, like, what made you guys decide to go into business for the first time? Because it was a similar business that you were doing then, so like you guys were just loved
Right.
fashion. Like, tell us about that process of like
Yes, we always loved fashion. We were always like, that's our sport, was shopping all the time. Our dad used to say we were black belt shoppers. Like we were experts. And I mean, oh my gosh, never stopped shopping, whatever city we were in.
Yeah.
So at that time, we just thought, this was back in like 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And then the market crashed, everything was bad. So we put our business plan together and we're like, maybe we should just hold off.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started seeing, well, I think we're going to be okay. So let's try it again. But we wanted to do the look for less. That was our whole concept back then.
Right. Yes, we wanted you to see the $500 blouse at Neiman's, and then you'd come into our store and it'd be look so similar, but it'd be $60.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we kind of started our first business,
Right.
and it was great. I
And
mean,
we
it
started it
worked.
from her basement. That's where we
Yes.
started.
Really?
So was it an online store, or were you guys having people
No,
come and shop? at
we
your
were having
house?
people come to her house in
Way
her
back then,
basement.
no one was
Little
and her-
fix and shops.
Yes,
Yeah.
and her dining room. And that we're like, if people are coming to her house to shop, then maybe they'll come to a brick and mortar place.
Yeah.
And I remember we had the jewelry laid out on the dining room table,
Yeah.
and then we had some racks in the living room.
Yeah.
And I did it right when all three of mine were in school full time.
Oh, wow.
So then, so I had the days free.
Yep.
And weren't we just open like one day a week?
Yeah,
I
one
think
day.
it was every Wednesday.
And they're like, this is
Goodness.
Mom's Day, where all these people are going to
Yes.
come over, and all your kids would
It
go
was
over
like
to your
before
house.
pop-up shops
So
were in.
what
I
was
had a
like the
pop-up.
turnout like then? Like just being one day a week? Like what
It was
the
great.
It was good.
Wow, amazing.
It was good. And we also did all those like pop-up shows that schools have
Yeah.
and Cardinal Glennon does. And so that's also how we built our business and our customer base was from meeting people out and about. And we would always wear the clothes and we'd be like, here, this is how you wear it. Oh, here, you want this jacket? Here's the jacket, you know?
Yeah.
Really.
So that's kind of how we started doing it. And then we got the brick and mortar place and we decided we'd be open just Thursdays and Fridays. That's it.
I thought it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
No, it's just Thursday,
Oh,
Fridays.
okay.
And we were only open from 10 until 3 because we had to get in the carpool line and pick up our kids
True.
at 3.
Yeah.
So that was the year. So like 08, 09, you started working on the business.
Yeah.
How soon did you open the brick and mortar then?
About
2010.
years.
Okay.
Yeah,
2010.
2 years.
Was that like because like being in business, like it's very, because then that's just the next step. You're like, now we have a brick and mortar.
Right.
Oh
Like,
my gosh,
Yeah.
it was so much. When we first started, we were just like writing things down on a piece of paper. We sold one black sweater. We sold, 3 pairs of earrings. And then we get to a store and we're like, what's a point
Yeah,
of sale
what's the point of
system?
sale? Exactly.
We need an accountant.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
we need a cash register.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inventory system. I mean, we had no clue.
Yeah.
Insurance.
Yeah.
You're taking on more space, but like so many other
Oh my
variables.
gosh.
Yeah, and
come with
rent. We
that.
have to pay
Rent.
rent.
Oh, rent. I forgot about rent.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
paying
gosh.
rent and only being
Yeah.
open 8 days a month. You're like, I'm paying rent for 30 days a
Right.
month.
Right,
I'm only
and
open
then-
8.
So you better be busy when you're open.
And
Right.
then it was like profit margin. Oh, that's why we have to have a you know.
That's why
like,
we can't give away free
that's
stuff
why,
anymore because you were like, here, take this, take this.
yeah,
take
it was like
this.
crazy. So it was a big eye opener, the
Yeah.
business side of it.
Yeah.
So in terms of just like styling and saying like this is what looks good, how did that work? Because even I feel like I also am a black belt shopper.
Okay,
let
good.
me just
Okay.
say.
Yes.
Okay.
We can
so,
tell.
Yeah, we can do this together. And
Yes.
I know exactly where I'm going for the holidays to
Yeah.
get some goodies. But in terms of just like for me, when I am putting looks together, I have Pinterest to help. I've got Instagram to help. I don't know, just I don't even know. I'm just inspired by other people in general. So like, what did that look like for you at the time of 2008? Was it,
We
We really weren't doing Instagram.
no, we really weren't. We just shopped a lot, so saw
Yes.
a lot of things in person. Looked at a lot of other stores and kind of thought, if we could do that. We could totally do that. I mean, we have as good as taste as they do.
yeah.
We could make this happen.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when we went to market to buy, that's so overwhelming and fun and cool and crazy. And you think you're going to love everything, and you really don't. A lot of it's pretty ugly.
Yeah.
So that's where the real skill comes in, because you've got to
Right.
find the good stuff.
Yep.
Right.
And
pick
then
up-
we were kind of watching how how the wholesalers were selling to us and what we thought was cool. So then we kind of brought that back
Okay.
to our retail customers and was like, oh, this is how they sell it to us. Let's sell it to them
Right.
that way.
Cool.
Right.
So that's interesting because you like started this business basically in 2008 through that recession and that you guys were going through. And then the version 2, did that come out of the pandemic then too? Or was that like, were you guys working on that? Or
Why do we always start businesses at the,
the
right
worst
I
time?
know.
I mean,
So how did like,
there's
Back to the challenge. You're
bad
like,
pattern here.
yeah.
No, that was we sold our business,
Yeah.
and then obviously we didn't know about the pandemic. We got lucky with the timing.
Yeah.
We had some family health issues with our dad, and just all that.
Life, yeah.
One of my kids got married, which was awesome. Lots of stuff happened, and then about 2 years into that, we started thinking about it again, and we're like, what? What's wrong with us? We said we would never do this again. We finally have free time. And we just couldn't stop thinking about it. So
Really?
again,
That's
it
when
took
you
us
know,
about a
right?
year,
We
couldn't
year and a
stop
half
thinking about it.
to come up with our plan.
Right. And we're like, should we do this? Should we do that?
Are we crazy?
What is it going to look like?
What space are we going to find even?
So when you stopped the first time, what was the reasoning? Just like I want
We were
family
To be
tired.
totally honest, we were so burnt out.
Yeah.
We were really, really tired.
We were
really tired.
break.
And to add on
Yeah.
family stuff like marriage,
Yeah.
like kids getting older,
Yeah.
college, dad, stuff like that. You were like, hey, let's just
Yeah,
slow
and we're
down a
like,
little bit.
let's just slow down.
Yeah.
We should be slowing down. I kind of felt like, okay, I'm getting to this certain point in my life. I should be slowing down. And then we did slow down.
then
It
we
was
did
great for
slow
like
down.
6 months.
Yeah, you enjoyed it for a little.
It was great. But then we were like, okay,
You
what
were
are we
still
going to
thinking
do?
about it?
And we thought, do we have it in us? Do we have another act in us? I mean, can we?
Second
Do we
act.
have the energy? And then we
Does
thought,
anyone care what we have to say anymore?
yeah, we really did.
We went
This
back and
sounds
forth
corny,
for
but
like
we
2
did
years.
a lot of soul searching about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
We
so
really
you have
did.
that,
No,
like-
not corny at all. That's important.
And we listened to podcasts, and we listened to people that had read books about, people that wanted to do something.
Yeah.
Not that we're 80 years old, but
No,
No,
a little
that's
bit later.
real.
And we just thought, why can't there's so many inspiring things out there now.
Yeah.
With
Totally.
great
Yeah.
podcasts like this
Yeah.
to
And
listen
you can
to.
find stuff, and I think it's like I always say the quote, "If not us, then who?" So it's like, if not us, like somebody else is going to do something. You
Right.
guys have been in the industry for a long time. You've seen trends. You've seen all these trends, and when you walk into your store, you can feel it. You guys are in the people business. You just happen to sell clothes there, but like you really are
It's
just
so
there for
true.
the people. And just like any business, it's people, and people say this on the podcast all the time. It's like you take care of people, they'll take care of you. Profits come after, and that's like what you guys are doing. and you're creating an experience. So I wanted to learn the difference of the two, Project 2, because obviously the name means something to you guys. And then you guys at least had experience. You're like, I know what to do and I know what not to do. But you're still learning because business has changed. Now you guys got this big e-commerce website and all this stuff.
It really has changed. It changed a lot in
It
the
has
3.5
changed
years.
a lot.
And we naively thought, it hasn't changed that much. Oh, we'll just pick up right where we left
Everyone's
off.
just going to come back and find us again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's going to
what we
be
thought.
so easy. No, we didn't think it was
Loyalties,
going to
you
be
know?
easy, but we're like, it's going to come right back.
Yeah.
Well, it takes work. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people shopping everywhere, all across the globe. So
Yeah. And we really had to reestablish also our relationship with vendors when we go to
that's true.
market
Yeah.
because we didn't want to carry the same lines that we carried at the first project because we wanted to be different. We didn't want it to be the same
Right.
store. So when we went to New York and Dallas and all the places, we had to, go in and figure it out again.
Yeah.
So if you were to describe to our listeners, like what Project to Shop is, like who shops there, what, like, I know you guys have like a mission statement and stuff like that, but just to easily convey to the listeners, like what do you guys do? What do you guys serve? And like, what can people expect when they come to the store?
Okay, when they walk in the store, the first thing everybody says is, "Oh my gosh, it smells so good in here." So we have the best vibes. We have the smell, we have the music, we have all the pretty things. We have, "Hi, how are ya?" So like, it's a party every time someone comes in. But that being said, you can talk about the merchandise.
Well, I just think people, and that just going back for 1 second, I think what we missed the most about our business was we missed the people. We missed our customers and we missed working with each other. So it's been really fun. So I think people come into the store because they want help. Because they want to know, they want to look at us and say, "Oh, no, what jeans are those? Okay, what jacket do you have on with this? And if I'm doing this neckline, what kind of a necklace would I do? And what earrings?" They really want the help because we all know now at the big stores, the big department stores, first of all, there isn't a lot of merchandise, and second of all, there is no help. So I really do think that that's what sets us apart.
It's more of an intimate relationship.
It really
with
is.
You guys like give me advice on how this should look or would look. Like, what's your opinion?
And when I was there, you were like the one lady that was there for the photo shoot was like, "I'm going to New York, like style."
Yes.
Like you're giving them like stylish advice on like, "Hey, I would wear this for this day. Oh, you're going out to see, you're going out on a date night. Here's your date night outfit." Like you did her whole weekend.
Right.
She bought her
exactly.
whole weekend wardrobe that weekend,
No,
which sounds like a regular.
And
which,
we'll get
shout
texts.
out.
Yeah.
We'll get texts and pictures. And I'm wearing this dress. Do you like these shoes with it? We jokingly call it sisters on speed
Yeah,
dial.
we do.
There you
Like if you have a
go.
fashion emergency, call one of the sisters on speed dial.
A
And
hotline.
we'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, we will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
You know.
We can't have our people
So I
out
do
here
think
looking
our
crazy.
customers trust us.
Yeah. And you guys have wine there too.
And we have wine there. Yes. So I do. I think they trust us, and I think that's why they come back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's all about an experience. Like I was, we just had the Normal brand, which is a clothing, line, and we had them on here, and it was like they're building an experience when people walk in. Everybody's nice, everybody's happy to be at work, which all your team is happy, everybody's excited, and the store looks like a vibe. It looks like I'm at somebody's house, so you're almost recreating that basement vibe that you probably had back in the day. Like you feel like you're at home, and it looks like a house.
Right.
Yeah,
Your
it
guys'
does look like a
location is a
house.
home. Like it has a
is.
backyard.
We have
Yeah.
a bathtub in our bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's
And
just
a
comfortable.
little dingy old kitchen.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
So doing business with your family there's also challenges that come with that because you guys are at Christmas together, you're at Thanksgiving together. Like it never shuts off. Like you can't go to Thanksgiving and be like, "Hey, did we put that
Or
order
do
in?"
you
Or "Hey,
shut
did you
it
file
off?
this?" Like how do you balance that? And like what are some of what would be advice you would give to younger entrepreneurs that are working with their family? Do you guys have any advice for that?
Or just like what are the
Challenges.
first start off? I would say like with the challenges.
Well,
of just
it is
working
hard.
With family.
It is
and
hard
finding
to
a
turn it
boundary.
off because if we're out to lunch with our cousin or our mom or whatever, I'm also going, "Did you place that order for those?
Yeah.
Did you place the reorder for those jeans?
Yeah.
Or something?"
Did you see
like-
that email?
And
from
I'm
them?
sure it's
Yeah.
really annoying as our husbands and our mom, whatever, like that we never stop talking about it.
Right.
Sometimes our mom will say, "Now, girls,
Really?
stop.
Yeah, stop.
Like,
Enough.
stop."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You're right. You're right." So that definitely is a challenge, but we love it so much. It's like we eat, sleep, and breathe it.
Yeah.
We can't turn it off.
I know. I get up every day and I'm like, I get to go and hang out with my sister and have fun and see people that I like. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love everything about it, but most
It's
everything I
enjoyable.
do.
Yeah. And it's
So
like practicing gratitude, like you said. Like, this is amazing. You guys get to do this together.
Yeah.
And now you have this story that that your kids can see that, hey, like, this is possible. Like, you know.
Right.
I know our kids have said that too.
Yeah.
They were like, they're really proud of us.
Yeah.
I know. That's another.
I didn't even know they were watching or looking at us at all. And then they're
Well,
like,
they're seeing
"No,
those
we're really proud
TikToks
of
you've
you."
been doing. You've been
Oh,
dancing.
yeah.
That
Oh, my
NFL
God.
Sunday one. Oh my goodness. I saw
my
that one.
God.
That one
Oh,
was funny.
yeah.
I was just like, whoa.
Oh,
They were
that
like-
one. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Getting ready for Black Friday.
getting
Doing
ready
our
for Black
sketches.
Friday.
You gotta
Or
put
there was
in the
one like
work.
Thanksgiving football. I don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
know. It was like, it had like the music in the back, like
Oh
Yeah.
the football
gosh,
ones.
yes.
They're like, oh my
Thank
gosh, I'm
you,
so proud of
Kathleen
you, Mom.
Dolan.
Yeah.
No, but that is one good,
Yeah.
good thing about the kids getting. Well, there's a lot of good things, but a neat thing about your kids getting older is that they do. They're like, you don't even think they're watching you, and they're like, "Wow, we're really proud of you. Like, you guys started another store. Like, you're out there."
Yeah.
And we're kind of, I'm surprised that I get
Yeah.
get a little nod from them, but it does feel pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
does.
to parlay off that question, so what advice would you give to younger entrepreneurs? Because you guys started
As siblings or just entrepreneurs?
I would say as
Entrepreneurs,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, entrepreneurs. Yeah, yeah.
To really put a business plan together, like a real business plan, not just like, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm thinking, but like, how is this really going to happen? Because once you put things down in writing, it changes so much. And you're like, well, maybe that isn't a great idea. Or I don't know. So I think having a plan, it's going to always veer away from it, but just to start with like a good plan.
And I would also say surround yourself with good people. Our accountant is amazing. The girls that work with us are our social media girls sitting right here.
She's
But
in the studio.
No,
Shout out.
it's wonderful.
Our banker's good.
The banker's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just developing those partnerships.
Our
and-
neighbors, we love our neighbors.
Yeah, that's
We've
important.
got a great relationship with them.
Yeah,
Bloom
that
and
is
Buckets.
important.
Yeah.
Especially when you
Their
guys have those
sisters,
parties. When you
yeah.
have
Yeah.
those parties,
Yes.
like, hey guys, I'm gonna have a party tonight. You know,
Right.
just letting you know. I agree with all those things, and I think like being able to project, because a lot of people have big ideas, but they don't have, they have this big dream, but they're not doing the steps, the small steps to get there. And then like the projections, it's like everybody's like, oh, we're gonna sell out all the time, and it's like,
Right.
no, you.
I
have
know,
to,
and it was hard for us when we had to do our projections for this store. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can look at what we did 4 years ago, but is that
Accurate.
accurate?
So
I mean,
much
because you were
has
already so much
changed.
time into that business.
yeah, like
You already had
that's
a book of
totally
business.
different.
Yeah.
And there were so many little steps that you had to do, just like with starting your LLC and like making sure the name that you picked doesn't have a trademark on it, and all that little stuff that we did wrong or the first time that didn't do wrong, but like had challenges with. You have to go through all that stuff.
And it's not fun stuff.
It's not fun, and it
Yeah,
takes
it's all
time.
I'd much rather
tedious.
try on a new pair of jeans.
Yeah, you're
Then
like,
do that.
why?
Yeah,
why
like
can't
I
you
don't
do
want to
that?
have to go pay an attorney to do this, and I don't, but you have to start it correctly from the beginning.
Yeah, and I
I
can
did
tell you
learn
guys are
that.
doing that. I mean,
Start
you guys have your
correctly.
social, you have your website team, like you have all these things that a lot of small businesses are trying to do all those things by themselves.
Yes.
So that's awesome. So with Project to Shop, you guys are different. Like you guys have different limited hours. Some weeks you do private events,
We
and then you
do.
also take an off season, correct?
We do.
Yeah, we
so
do.
you guys like tell us about like what, because like you're not just like, hey, pop in all the time. We're open all the
No.
time.
No, so really our real hours are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 11 to 5. However, we're always pivoting. So
Yeah, that's true.
For this month, we're like, well, we're here on Wednesdays anyway, so we might as well be open. So now we're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. And then what we do is a couple weeks after Christmas, we close for about 6 weeks. And we go to market, we regroup, we re-zhuzh the store,
Right.
get things
Re-zhuzh.
fixed, take a little break.
No
and
one's
then-
shopping in January anyway.
Yeah,
January,
everybody's just paying their
everyone's
credit
like-
card
June, and
off.
July are the
Yeah,
slowest
right?
retail months. Yes.
We're like trying to like reestablish ourselves as
Yeah.
better people, and we're like,
Right.
I mean, watch
I'm going to
the
spend
budget.
less money this year.
I
And then it
mean,
gets
the-
into March and you're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
forget
spend
it. I
The
gotta
lucky
go.
people are in Florida anyway, right?
Yeah.
If you can go anywhere. Don't you want to get out of here in January, February?
No, that's true.
So then we open before spring break.
Okay.
So they can get
Perfect.
all their fits.
And then it builds this excitement again. It's like a
Yeah,
grand, it's like a
exactly.
grand
Yes.
opening every single year.
The
And you guys get
anticipation.
excited because
Yes.
you're like, because you have all that time to like, and then you can take a little time off, but you're probably
Right.
not, in those 6 weeks, you're not
But
really
you're
taking
probably
time
like
off.
so refreshed, and you're just newly inspired.
Yeah, and
it's
we're
just-
finished with the big sweaters and things like that. Like
Yeah.
we're done. Like let's start fresh.
So, what's your favorite season then, just in general, in terms of fashion? I'm
Mine's
just-
fall for sure.
Me too.
For sure.
Yeah, I love it. I guess fall and winter kind of go together essentially. I love boots.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
sweaters.
Yeah.
I like scarves. Like, I don't know, are scarves still like cool?
Yeah,
I feel
no,
like
scarves are around, but they're not as big as they
they're
used to
not.
be.
And I have like a whole tote of like like the
I know, we
blanket
have-
scarves.
yeah,
and
no,
I'm
we
like,
have
I'll
some of
still
those.
pull them
Remember how the
out.
ponchos were so?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ponchos used to be
ponchos
really
were
big.
I wouldn't mind if
But
those
really,
came
it's
back.
just
Actually,
all,
we
all
could
the
rework
layering
that.
is fun.
Yeah, layering. Is that
You
your
know?
favorite too, or are you a spring or summer?
I'm more of a spring summer girl, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't you think I am? Because I'm really into
Yes,
dress.
she's into
I'm
dresses.
I like dresses.
the dress
too.
queen, so I love a good
I'm into
dress.
jeans and jackets, so
Yeah.
I'm more
Yes.
the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeans
We
and
both
jacket.
like different things, so that's another good
That
thing
is
about
a good thing.
when
yeah.
we go to market to shop, because I'm kind of looking at one thing and she's like, but don't forget about this.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you guys go to market, because that's interesting, because that is like a very important time when you're going there, because that
Yeah.
like makes and breaks your inventory sometimes, and then you can get better deals and all these different things, because that's very important too. So do you go into that like pre-planning, like, okay, this is our budget this year.
Yes.
Obviously, we're going in like we're gonna spend that, and most of the time you max that budget. You're like, hey, this is
Oh.
what we're spending more.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. And then
Blacked
then you
out
forget about
shoppers.
like
Yeah.
then after like all the stuff you're going to have to reload on and like
Yeah.
get more of.
Yeah.
So there's like an opening budget, but then the real budget is later.
And then how am I gonna get this stuff home? And you're like, I have this truck full. Like, do you guys have?
No,
to
I
no,
wish.
everything
No,
is-
they
no,
ship
they
it.
ship
Oh, they do
everything.
ship
They
it.
ship
Very
it.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait. You
I was
just
confused. I
wait.
was like, I didn't know if you like packed it up.
Well, there
or-
is some places you could do.
Yeah.
You could like get it, but we don't do that. We
You're
just
like,
have
just
it all
ship it in.
shipped.
So
Yeah, because
every-
most of the stuff we order is pre-ordered. It's not like cash and carry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you always have to build in special events and things, you know.
True.
That we're doing a private party tomorrow evening in the store.
Okay.
So that's for a group of like 20. So you can't sell out all your stuff then, and then when you're open for your regular customers,
You don't
not
have
have it.
anything.
It's
Sorry,
hard to
we don't have
hard to manage. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a constant struggle of trying to find that perfect balance. And every season, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be it. This is the
We've
you're
cracked
the,
the
we
code.
just we
Locked
know
it in.
exactly what we need
Yes.
and every time. But
Yeah.
And
So
you're-
what's the private? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What are the private parties? Like, I want to know about that. That sounds cool.
Oh, well, we have an entertainment concierge that works for us. So you can just call her up and she will plan your party for you.
Yeah.
But it can be for a small group of 8 or 10. It could be a book club. It could be a charity. This one tomorrow night is a group of girls that are in the same school.
Yeah, they're in the same parish. So grade school moms. So it's kind of like their mini little Christmas party together.
nice.
So they'll come and shop, and then I'm sure they have a dinner reservation to go out afterwards. But we love that. It's so fun.
It
It's
is
just fun to
fun.
bring people together and just shop.
It is, and it's so
look
fun when
hang
they're
out.
like, "We never heard about this place," you know, and then we get them hooked.
Yes.
and then they come back.
And then
Hey,
they
those
bring their
parties are
friends.
big because
Yeah.
they bring 20 new people. Like the one
I
person
know.
knows about it, and they bring 19 new people in. And I think that private experience, like people are always looking for. I mean, you guys know you don't want to go to one of those big box stores and you're like walking around like, hey, do you have another size of this? And like, there's nothing to, then you just walk out.
Right.
Like you come into your store, they close the door, it's private, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, how can we help you? You guys are all
Right.
hands on deck. Somebody's pouring drinks.
Right.
Somebody's laying out stuff.
It
like-
reminds me of like when I went wedding dress shopping. Like it was like
Oh, yeah.
no one else, and because I went during COVID, and I did like the
shut the store
VIB, the very important bride appointment,
Oh,
cool.
and I got to bring like my closest girls and family members, and we had drinks and the meat and cheese board, and it was just nice.
And they like shut the store down. didn't
Felt
they?
more personal. Yeah,
Yeah.
no one else was in there.
It is so it's so special that way.
It is. It changes.
And
Yeah.
By
it's
the
a
end,
memorable experience other than just purchasing something.
Right.
I think.
yeah, you're
It
exactly
is-
right. It all goes back to the experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what we like to foster that at our place because there's so many places to shop. So you have to give people a reason why they want to come back and like make them feel really special.
So St. Louis is like such a support local city. I mean, you guys go to these other cities and go to these shopping things. Like when you're in St. Louis, like tell us like what that means because these people are going out of their way to come see small businesses, local businesses.
Yes.
I mean, what does that community mean to you and like how important is that to have that in our community?
Oh my gosh, it's so important because it's just all word of mouth. I mean, and I really do think St. Louisans get into having their own little secret spot to go buy meat or to go buy shoes or to go buy meat. No,
I know our butcher's closing. We were really sad.
I know, I'm so sad that Hanlon's is closing.
Yeah.
But, they have their own little spots where they get their cookies, or they go to the hill or they go.
Yeah.
So I think that that's a really neat thing. And what we love too, especially over this past holiday, when people bring in their daughter-in-laws or their friends from out of town, or their sisters or whatever, it makes it really special because it's like, wow, you liked it enough that you're bringing your important people back to our spot.
Yes.
Because they want to go to a local place. They don't want to take them to just,
Whatever.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But
no, we know.
they
I
want to
agree.
come to like cool little places. So that's really important. I love it.
Yeah, and I think
Absolutely.
it's really great how other stores support other stores too. It's like,
that's true.
although it is a competition, at the end of the day, you guys are all competitors, but they are supporting like, hey, we don't have that here, but like Project to Shop has that, or
Right.
and like people are referring people back and forth, and community partners. But yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's just you guys are building new. It's the second version of it, and it's new and fresh, and you guys are keeping it going. So what kind of goals? I mean, is there anything going to be changing next year, or is it just are you guys going to be doubling down next year, or?
I think we're just
That's a really good
That is a good
question.
Yeah, like is there any like
Haven't
I'm sure
thought
you have
about
goals.
that.
You're like
Right
that wasn't
now
in my
we're-
business plan. It
we're
was just the first year.
Just
I'm like,
trying to get through the holiday season.
I'm gonna say we're doubling down. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're doubling down.
Yes, I know. We just keep getting to know our customer better and better, and we do know what they like, and so
We still want to just go out there and keep shopping and keep finding the cool stuff.
Yeah.
And new
Yeah.
stuff. And like some of the things we buy, some of our customers don't get it. But then like 2 years later, we'll be like, we brought that in 2 years ago and nobody liked it. Now everybody wants it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the trendy stuff is like finding that. And I think what's also cool is you guys flip your store so much because there's always this thing where it's like, oh, I took a picture in that outfit. I can't like, wear that
Yeah.
outfit
Oh
again.
my gosh, I know.
Like she's like, I
I'm
already took a
so
picture.
guilty of
You
that
are?
you
mentality.
can't post if once
It's
you post in
ridiculous.
it, then you
I don't
can't.
know what that is. I'm like, oh, I wore it, and I guess if it's like really like a formal event or something,
Yeah.
like I just feel like, oh, can't.
And it's not just the picture of it.
No,
it's
I
just-
will wear it again. I'm
Yeah.
like, just don't post it.
Don't put- yeah.
me wearing this
But
dress.
like, I think one of the girls said that at your
so
guys' spot.
bougie.
She's like, because not at, like when you go to a wine dinner, and every single girl's got the same hot dress that just came out. It's like, oh, well, it's not hot anymore because
Right.
everybody has
Because
it.
everybody has
But
it.
you get it from Project Shop. You guys get limited of some.
Yes.
You're like, hey, we have 20 of these or 5 of these.
Yeah,
Or sometimes
or like 6 of them. And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, other than jeans, obviously we reorder
Yeah.
those, but the special tops and pieces and necklaces, we really it's limited edition.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, limited.
So
edition.
you
People
have
love
like
that.
casual to more like formal.
I wouldn't say
I wouldn't
formal.
say
I would say more like
formal.
cocktail.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean to say.
Yeah.
We don't have any long dresses
Yeah.
or anything,
No,
but like
not-
short, cute little cocktail dresses.
Lots
leather
of jeans
pants,
and lots of nice
jumpsuits.
shirts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
athletic, like
If you have a
athleisure
holiday
stuff.
party, like with your like a small like dinner like we have, like I can go in there and get
Yeah.
a cute dress.
And we've got so much jewelry.
I love
So much jewelry.
I'm
Like
a
a whole
big
dinner
jewelry
like a whole
girl.
table.
A whole table.
Yes.
It's my old dining room table is now at the store and it's filled with gold jewelry, gold and silver
Yes,
jewelry.
We're good
Yes.
at recycling, right?
We're very good at recycling.
Very
That's
good.
clutch. So who, if like the people that are listening, like what, like do you guys have a demographic that you serve? Like, is there an age group or is this all women, shop here? Like, I
It's
mean,
all women, but I would say our main demographic is probably 35 to 60.
Yeah, I would too.
But this one family came in and the daughter was 20, the mom was 50, and the grandma was 80, and they all walked out with clothing.
And we
And
were
a
so
win.
We were so
thrilled.
happy.
What a win.
We gave each other a high five. We're like, that's really cool that they all were really excited and they
something.
all bought something.
yeah, that's really good for like, even like, cause like you said, you just have this store and like you're targeting, but then like if each one of those people felt happy about something.
Right.
I know. We were really thrilled about it.
Yeah.
So, and then Chris has a daughter that's 21. So we took her to market with us once, which watch out. And she was like, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. I'm thinking, well, do we?
Right.
But
right.
She's like,
so
I'm in college. Like these are what people
yeah.
are wearing.
And
so
we did
we
listen
did
to
listen
her.
to her.
and
Did it
it worked. So
Yes.
she might get an invitation to come back.
There you go. There you go. She's
No,
got a good
that's
eye.
fun. You're
Yeah,
like-
she does. She's been
you're like-
trained young.
Yeah, the shopping life. That,
No choice.
But
She
that's
has
what's
no
fun is
choice.
because you guys can do the shopping still, and then like you still get that rush of like finding the new
I know.
thing. But then you're like, okay, now we have to sell it.
I know.
Right.
So
I
it's
know.
like,
But
there's-
if we love it, that's easy.
yeah,
I mean, it really isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And we still want to go shopping retail too. So we're
Yeah.
still out shopping just it's a problem,
it's
you
a problem.
guys.
Yeah.
It just like fuels your soul, doesn't it? A little
Yeah.
bit when you just come home with something new. It's just the best.
I know. We've
Well,
turned
and I
our
love-
problem into a profit.
And I love seeing people walk out so confident and just like, oh my gosh, I got so many compliments on those jeans I bought here a couple weeks
Yes.
ago. Or
Well, sometimes you'll like come home with
great.
something from me, and I'm like, "Oh, what'd you get?" And you're like, "Well, I got you something," and then like all the other stuff would be for
Yeah,
her.
it's always
It'd be like one for you
a
and five
bunch
for
of
me.
stuff for me, but then like one thing just to justify
just
a
gotta-
little bit. Like, hey, here's something sweet for you. I got something for you too, sweets. Not just all for me.
No, that's nice. Yeah, and I mean with STL Bucket List, that's like our whole mission is just people, places, and events, and like how can we highlight these local places and help elevate these businesses, and also these people. That's why we started the podcast. Like this is episode 95, so that's almost two years of episodes.
That is so great.
Coming out. So it is the STL Bucket List show.
Mm-hmm.
What STL Bucket List means to us is our favorite things to do, our favorite places. This is mostly restaurants for us because we're big foodies, but
know.
this could be parks. This could be things to do. Oh my gosh, you have a
I
notes
wrote a
app.
list because I
Oh
knew you were
my
going to ask us
goodness.
this, so I put
I
some
love when
thought
the notes
into
comes
it.
out.
Okay.
I love it.
See, and then my glasses have to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
glasses
So
are on.
what's your
notes
question?
are
Do you
up.
want to know
Serious.
what's still
So-
on my bucket
No,
list, or what's
so it could be both. It's our idea of the bucket list is like things we love to do. So we kind of
Okay.
reframed the bucket list of like these are our bucket list things to do in St. Louis that we've already done. But these could also be things that like, hey, so let's say families in St. Louis, like we're going to this restaurant, we're going to this place, like we're
Let's
shopping at this
say
place.
you're celebrating something.
Yeah, like
I
restaurant.
don't
okay?
know.
Well, if it's in the winter time, and my birthday is in February, then we are going to Paul Mano's,
Okay,
of course.
I've been hearing
We
about that.
keep hearing it.
I haven't been there
We
yet.
keep
It's
hearing
really
it.
good.
Oh,
I heard
I
it's the
feel like
best.
you
It's-
are the fifth
No,
one
it's a-
in a row to say it.
It's just so we've got to
Okay.
get the cannelloni.
Yeah.
Well, any pasta, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
It's today. That's in fact, Anne, that's where I want you to take me
Okay.
for my birthday.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Noted.
We'll check
Yes.
that off our bucket list.
Yes.
We need to go.
Oh,
there.
and then I have one more thing to say. We were so lucky. We got invited to go to Wright's Tavern.
Mm.
Have you guys been?
We haven't been there yet either.
About
It's hard to
6
get a
weeks.
reservation
It's
there. though.
very.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah, it's
friends
a very small restaurant.
got the reservation somehow, and we went. And I thought, oh, this can't be as good as everybody. I mean, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
It's really if you
is.
ever get a chance to go.
Yeah.
Or I think they say you have to stay up till like midnight or something.
Yes,
because you're
that's
not-
why
wait
But it's
for
like
a
very
couple-
dark. It's
It
like a
is, but
dine.
it
Like
is
it's
so
like a bar.
wonderful.
It like
Okay.
looks like a bar and grill, but the food is so elevated.
It's so elevated. It's
Did
so
you get
good.
that sundae? That big sundae? With
Yes,
the-
I did.
With
I
all the
did.
candy
with
around
all the
it?
candy
Yeah.
around it. Oh my gosh! Yes. One of our customers actually told me exactly what to get, and I ordered every single thing.
It is.
The halibut.
Yeah.
The French fries. Anyway, whatever,
Yeah,
like 4
can't go
things, and I
wrong
got
with
it
French
all,
fries.
and I was like, oh, perfect.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
two
Okay.
foodie spots. Okay.
Two
That's
foodie
the big
spots.
one that we hear a lot.
My
so.
foodie things. I live in Webster Groves, and so that's like the new hotspot for
Yeah.
all these great restaurants.
Yeah.
And I do love them all. But my favorite is Sushi Station. It's the best sushi in St. Louis.
Good to know because
It
I've
really
been
is.
It's
every
so
time I
yummy.
drive by it, I'm like, I wonder how that is. I need to know how
It's right
this
by the
place
new
is.
Madrinas, like right down
Yes.
there by that Madrinas in the
It's a
corner,
brother
the
and
sushi
sister
station.
owners.
Yes.
Okay, a couple
No,
more weeks
well,
and we'll.
No, it's
we'll
really
check it
good.
out.
It kind of ruins you though for I'm warning
so
you for
good.
all other sushi because you won't want anything else.
It's
Yeah.
that good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks so cute in there too. I always see it packed. It's popping
It's
all the time.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. And then my old school place that I like to go is Almonds in Clayton.
Okay.
It's been around forever, and I love a place that you know it's always going to be good, no matter what you're going to
Yes.
order. You're always going to get good service. You're always their fried chicken has never changed.
Yeah.
It's just comforting to go some places that you
Or
know
reliable.
exactly
Yeah.
what it's going to be, and it's always good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That is true because you're like we don't go out to eat that much. So if I'm gonna go
Right.
out to eat, I want it to
It's
be amazing.
cozy. It's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
It's just
It doesn't
great.
miss.
No, it doesn't miss.
Webster is popping. I mean, Balkan Treat Box is over there.
Oh, I know. That's really
Frisco
good.
Bar Room. I just ate lunch over there the
just
other
had
day at
that.
the Annex. The Annex is next door. That cute little shop and market. Yeah, Webster's all the cool
Olive
spots
and
are
Oak.
coming over there. Oh, of
Yeah,
course, Olive
Of
and
course,
Oh, you love the
perennial,
hamburger
clever.
there?
It's the best hamburger in St.
Olive
Louis.
and
Oak. At Olive and
is
Oak.
so
We had that
good.
huge ribeye steak. That huge
Oh yeah.
40
The
ounce cowboy
oysters.
steak.
What? You got
are
a
really
40 ounce
good.
steak?
Well, we shared it.
We split it.
And we still didn't eat it all. It
Oh,
was
wow.
like this. They have a menu item. It's like $100. It's like a 32 ounce like tomahawk steak, and it's like a shared
That
steak
was
and
a
frites.
beautiful meal, like start to finish.
We were eating that steak. We were like,
I
you want
love
another
your
piece?
Oh my God.
You want another
The
piece?
two of you aren't big enough to eat a
No,
40-ounce
we're not.
steak.
No.
We took it home and ate it
We
again the next day for
definitely
dinner.
had
Yeah.
a whole nother meal.
We just kind of got it because we were like, why not? You know, it's a big steak, so whatever. So, you have that list though. What are some?
Oh,
of those
what else
things?
is on?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, I want to go to Putt Check,
Yeah, Putt Check's fun.
and I am going there Thursday night for
We
a
had
Christmas
so
party,
much
so
fun.
excited.
We did a
You
date
will
night
have,
there.
Really?
It's fun. It
Okay.
really is. Like
Yeah.
we had a good time.
Good drinks. Like, when have
Okay.
you ever went putt-putting and had nice cocktails?
Okay, well,
good.
have you guys been to the
Cocktails.
newer place than that?
Joe Edwards' place?
Yeah,
in
Joe
the
Edwards,
Delaware
the
Loop?
the Magic Mini Golf.
No, have not.
That is supposed to be really, really. There's
Yeah, they
a
have
Ferris wheel in there.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I was
where
like,
and
yeah.
where is this?
That's on the
That's
Delaware
on the
Loop.
Delmar Loop, right across from the Moonrise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing. He just keeps
We haven't
building
been over
amazing
there in a
stuff over
minute,
there.
like Delmar.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
Like,
we live in
haven't
South
like
City.
hung out,
Yeah,
like had a night
in the
out
Delmar
there.
Loop.
Mm-mm,
We need
but-
to go there. Magic putt is so fun. It's the best date night.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
is
a fun
fun.
And
date
you're
night.
doing something. You're
Yeah,
not
you're
just
active,
sitting.
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
go to drink and eat after. You
Yeah.
know, because it's like activity then food. You know, but Putt Check has it both. Putt Check has great food.
Okay, I'm excited. Thursday
Yeah, it's
night, I'm
good.
there.
Yeah, real fun.
Cool. So, anything else on your list that you think?
Skinny margaritas from now that you've asked,
We're
skinny
back- we're
margaritas
back to
from
food.
Taco Buddha.
Okay. Anything from Taco Buddha.
I
Yeah,
still
anything
have
from
not
Taco
been to
Buddha.
the new Taco Buddha
Great.
down the street from me.
Oh, you wanted to go to the 360 Papa
Oh,
Pale
I want to
Yeah.
go to the 360
Downtown, the rooftop.
Is that great?
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Cute.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
normally go every year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Any Christmas pop-up bar is awesome.
Okay.
Anything.
Oh,
that-
and you loved the Boathouse when you went the other weekend.
I went a couple weekends ago, and sounds like so corny, but I felt like I was out of town. Like it was so
In
it was
Forest Park?
beautiful,
Yeah.
and the food was so good.
Was it like decorated or something? Or
Well,
just,
it wasn't.
Just
It was
'cause you're on
just a
the water.
beautiful day.
It wasn't
Oh.
decorated for Christmas yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a month
But since you
ago.
were on the lake,
But anyway,
you were,
it
like,
was
on the lake,
beautiful.
and then you-
Everybody had their dog,
Yeah.
and it was great.
You can rent the paddle boats. We used to do that a lot. It's like we would go on the paddle
That's
boats.
like a summer spot for us
Yes,
normally.
yes.
is the
Yeah,
boathouse.
you can
But I'm like,
rent
why
the
don't I do
paddle
this
boats.
more? It was really beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
so cute.
There's so many places in St. Louis, and that's like what it's so hard to get to all of them because you have your spots, and you're like,
Right.
you know,
You
I
do.
go out, I go out to eat 4 times a month. These are like I'm gonna go sushi station,
Uh-huh.
then I'm gonna go to the place
Almonds.
almonds,
Yes.
and then but it's fun like, hey, let's try something new tonight, or let's do an
Yes.
activity tonight, or let's do a day, or kids are in town, let's go somewhere tonight.
Yes.
You know, so that's amazing. I'm glad that you guys shared those spots. We have a couple we need to check off. Paul Mano's, like 3 episodes in a row have talked about that. And it's
Excited.
supposed to
I
be
like
this
it.
underrated, like nobody talks about it. The magazines don't talk about it.
No,
like,
it's in a very unassuming location,
Strip mall,
so
yeah.
you would
Yeah.
just drive
Yeah,
right
that's
by
why.
it.
yeah,
That's probably
those are the
why.
best spots.
Mhm.
you know,
I know
those
it is. It's
underground
hidden
spots.
gem.
And you walk in and you're in a different world. It's almost like you're in a cave. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a
You step
reservation.
back in
Speaking
time.
of a different word, have you been to Adira?
It's in the Central West End.
That's
No.
a place
Right.
to add to your list
Okay.
because when we go, just the backyard alone. So like this would be you can go in the winter right now because they do the chalets for
yeah.
like just a private. It's kind of romantic or with a group of girlfriends. That's fine too. But also in the summer, I just feel like we're just not here even in America. Like it just there's like a beautiful like greenery wall that just spreads across, and they sometimes have like a DJ, and it's good. If you're getting a glass of wine or a cocktail or splitting a pizza for an app, like go to Adira. You will not feel
Oh,
like
well,
you're
that's
even
good.
in
Okay.
St. Louis. I love it.
Okay,
That's
thanks
one of
for
my
the tip.
happy places for sure.
Yeah, Adira. It has this courtyard. It's behind the Chase Park. So it looks up at the Chase Park and it has ivy. It looks like you're in New York or like somewhere
Oh.
like that. So it's right there
Or
by.
Did it used to be Scape? Is that what
yeah,
it
that
was?
was the old restaurant.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and then that nightclub was up above it, or
Yes,
whatever.
no, I
Yeah,
Mandarin
that's Maryland House
Lounge,
now, but that's the
yeah.
Maryland House now. It's like this
Okay.
nice nightclub. But that's over. There's a bunch of boutiques like and shops like on that street, all the time on
And
Maryland.
Maryland.
Lululemon's down there.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
And, like, the
it's
suit
right
place,
next
the
door.
suit
Suit
supply
Supply.
place. Yeah.
Kendra Scott.
You were just in there
they're all
shopping
right
around
there.
in the West End. You were kind of just for the tree lighting. They did the
For
big
the
tree lighting
holiday
down
walk.
there. Yeah, it's super fun. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming on the podcast
It was
today.
so
How did you think that
fun.
went? You guys did good. You guys,
It
is
was-
this your first podcast?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Now your kids are gonna really think
great.
you're
I
cool.
know.
Yeah, now
I was
you're,
kind of
like,
nervous.
leveling
I was
up.
kind of nervous
No.
for sure.
You guys made it really easy.
I know, you guys
so
are
guys made
great.
it really
Yeah.
comfortable. I just want to say
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Well, St. Louis, guys, you
very
got a
good.
couple weeks. Go check out Project to Shop. This episode comes out on the 20th. You guys are still going to be open for a few days before
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes.
So
Get your last. Everybody
minute
waits till
goods.
last minute, anyways. They're like, hey, can
Oh,
you
the
save
men
some
are
stuff
the
for me?
worst.
Yeah, the men. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, I
They
shop on
will
the
be
23rd.
texting
We'll
and
start
calling
getting,
me.
we'll be getting
Yeah.
texts on like the 20th.
So Christmas is on a Monday. Usually usually I'm
Yes.
like the 23rd. I'm like, okay, that's
I
a
know.
Saturday. That's gonna be the busiest shopping day of the
Do
year.
you
is
get
the
a lot
Saturday
of
the
guys who come
23rd.
in
Yes.
to like get some?
And they just give you.
Usually
they say,
around
here's
the
my wife.
20th.
Can you take care of her? Yeah.
Well, we
They're
usually know them.
customers.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
they
you're
usually like,
And
okay.
you're like, here's my budget. Just spend all this. Get her whatever
Yes.
you want. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
like
we
the best.
wrap it. I mean,
Yeah.
I've even
cool.
delivered under
She's
the
delivered.
tree.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about service. That's taking it. That's white glove service right
Yes.
there.
It is.
Hey. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to
Yes.
text you. I'm going to be like, hey, yeah, I'm going to pickle.
Give me the code to your alarm code, and I'll be there.
You dress
love
up.
You're like
You'll
dressed
see
as
me on
Santa,
Ring.
like
Who is
Mrs.
that crazy
Claus.
person?
Yeah, she got a mask on Christmas
so
Eve.
funny.
Well, thank you guys for coming on. If you just want to leave us with your website and some your social and so
And
people that are
address,
listening, so
like
they can
physical
follow
address.
us, just so
Yes.
people can find you.
Okay, our Instagram is project2, the number 2, shop. And then our website is project2shop.com. And then we are located on Manchester Road in Rock Hill, but it's a funky little location. You
Yeah, it's
gotta
weird.
gotta keep your eyes peeled. And it's really 9842 Manchester Road.
Okay.
And we're right next door to Bloom and Buckets.
Okay,
So
Yeah.
that might help.
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay.
Well, cool guys. Well, we'll see you soon. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah. See ya.
You are great.
Today they rep St. Louis, yeah. They rep St. Louis. They rep St. Louis.